If you lost your job tomorrow, would you be financially secure? After years of hard work, many in their 30s and 40s still feel like they've missed the wealth-building train. You're not alone, and it's not too late. You still have opportunities, but you must take action now. This video will show you which direction to take to finally build real security and take control of your financial future. 1. The right financial mindset, the foundation of wealth. For millions of middle-aged individuals, life can feel like a financial hamster wheel. Despite years of diligent work and a steady income, true financial independence remains elusive, overshadowed by constant anxieties about medical bills, job security, and an approaching retirement. The root of this widespread struggle is not a lack of effort, but a foundational flaw in financial perspective: the pervasive consumer mindset. This traditional mindset, ingrained in many of us, dictates that money is primarily a tool for spending. As income grows, so does the desire for a bigger house, a newer car, and the latest gadgets. This earn-to-spend cycle creates a deceptive sense of stability, while trapping individuals in a loop where expenses rise in tandem with earnings. Consequently, very little capital is left to build genuine, lasting wealth, the kind that grows, protects, and sustains a secure future. The alternative lies in a profound mental shift towards an investor mindset. This perspective reframes money not as a means for consumption, but as a vehicle for freedom. Instead of spending first and saving what is left, an investor prioritizes allocating capital to income-generating assets like stocks, real estate, or low-cost index funds such as the S&P 500. They spend only what is left after investing. Every dollar is viewed as a worker with the potential to generate passive income, making spending decisions more intentional and focused on long-term value. Adopting this mindset yields transformative benefits. Foremost among them is the liberation from paycheck dependency. When your sole income source is a job, any disruption, a layoff, recession, or health crisis can trigger a financial catastrophe. However, a portfolio of income-producing assets creates a robust financial shield, offering resilience against life's uncertainties. This is especially crucial during middle age, when health risks increase and career stability can become less certain. Furthermore, this proactive approach demystifies retirement planning. An investor sees accounts like 401ks and IRAs not as obligations, but as powerful opportunities for tax-advantaged compound growth. By consistently funding these accounts, they avoid the common regret of reaching their 50s with an inadequate nest egg. This disciplined strategy is not about genius. It is about consistently spending less than you earn and channeling the difference into assets that appreciate rather than liabilities that depreciate. Ultimately, this mental shift is not about sacrificing present joy for future security. It is about spending smarter, prioritizing experiences and purchases that offer true value while cutting back on transient consumption. In an era of economic volatility, cultivating an investor mindset is the most critical strategy for building resilience and achieving lasting financial freedom. It is never too late to rebuild this foundation, for every wise financial decision begins with the right way of thinking.
2. Automating your finances. When envisioning wealth creation, many people picture high-stakes investment decisions and a constant watch over economic trends. However, for most middle-aged individuals juggling careers, family, and personal well-being, this level of active financial management is simply unrealistic. The most effective, yet least demanding strategy for this demographic is financial automation, a system designed to build wealth silently and steadily in the background. At its core, financial automation involves creating a set-it-and-forget-it framework where your money works for you without daily intervention. Each month, predetermined amounts are automatically transferred from your paycheck to designated accounts. This includes funding retirement vehicles like a 401k or Roth IRA, and investing in diversified, low-cost assets, such as S&P 500 index funds. The objective is to make saving and investing as routine and effortless as paying a utility bill. The primary benefit of this approach is consistency, which is the bedrock of long-term wealth. Automation removes the daily debate of whether to invest or spend, shielding you from emotional decisions that often lead to financial missteps. This discipline naturally facilitates dollar-cost averaging, one of the most reliable wealth-building tactics. By investing a fixed amount regularly, you automatically buy more shares when market prices are low and fewer when they are high. This strategy mitigates the impact of volatility and harnesses the power of compound growth over time, a force Albert Einstein famously called the eighth wonder of the world. Furthermore, automation provides immense peace of mind. It eliminates the analysis paralysis that causes many to wait for the perfect time to invest, a delay that can cost thousands in potential gains. Knowing that your financial future is being systematically built frees you from constant worry, allowing you to focus on your career, enjoy time with family, and live with greater clarity. You don't need to be a market expert. You simply need a reliable system. Implementing this is surprisingly straightforward. Major investment platforms like Fidelity or Vanguard allow you to set up automatic transfers from your bank account. If you're concerned about affordability, start small. Even $50 or $100 a month can grow into a significant sum over decades. The crucial first step is to establish the habit and the system. For those in midlife, there is no better time to start. Automating your finances is not about outsmarting the market. It's about outsmarting your own undisciplined impulses. True wealth is rarely the result of luck or bold timing. It is the product of disciplined systems and the relentless power of time.
3. Prioritize cash-flowing assets, turning income into freedom. By midlife, the fragility of a single paycheck becomes undeniable. Career stability can be disrupted by health issues, market downturns, or simple burnout, making reliance on job income a precarious long-term strategy. This is where passive cash flow evolves from a financial buzzword into a vital lifeline. For those seeking a resilient financial future, investing in cash-flowing assets is one of the most intelligent paths forward. Unlike speculative assets that only yield profit upon sale, cash-flowing assets provide a regular, predictable income stream, forming the bedrock of true financial independence. The most traditional example is rental real estate, which generates monthly income from tenants. However, for individuals lacking the time or expertise for hands-on property management, real estate investment trusts, or REITs, offer a powerful alternative. REITs are publicly traded companies that own and operate income-producing real estate, from data centers and warehouses to healthcare facilities. They allow you to invest in a diversified property portfolio without the hassles of being a landlord. Crucially, by law, REITs must distribute the majority of their profits to shareholders, resulting in reliable dividend payments. Beyond real estate, dividend-paying stocks are another cornerstone of a cash flow strategy. Established companies in stable sectors like consumer goods, energy, and finance often share their profits with investors through regular dividends. Owning these stocks provides a dual benefit: a steady income stream to supplement or replace your salary, alongside the potential for long-term capital appreciation. The ultimate reward of this strategy extends far beyond the bank balance. It is the freedom and control it provides. When you are no longer entirely dependent on a paycheck, you gain the power of choice. You can afford to pursue work driven by passion rather than pressure. Take extended breaks to travel or spend with family, or launch a new venture with a reliable financial safety net. This marks the critical shift from getting rich through labor to building wealth through assets. A high salary alone offers little protection against job market volatility, but a diversified portfolio of income-generating assets provides enduring confidence and security. This approach is especially suited for those in their 40s and 50s who have accumulated some capital and seek stability. In an era of rising inflation and longer life expectancies, diversifying your income sources is no longer optional. It is essential. You can start by researching reputable REITs or stable dividend-paying companies. Every dollar invested today is a step toward a future where your assets work for you, ensuring that true wealth is measured not by what you earn, but by what continues to flow into your life, even after you stop working.
4. Avoid these 3 common financial traps. By midlife, many have built a respectable financial foundation through years of hard work. However, this is precisely the stage where subtle but dangerous financial traps emerge, capable of silently eroding decades of effort. For those in their 40s and 50s, what's at stake is not just money, but the one asset they can no longer afford to lose: time. The first and most common trap is lifestyle inflation. As income rises, it's natural to desire a larger home, a newer car, or more luxurious vacations. While these upgrades feel deserved, they can create a perilous cycle of earning more only to spend more. If savings and investments fail to grow in lockstep with income, you are not building wealth, you are simply living a more expensive life. This leaves you financially vulnerable to unexpected shocks like job loss or a medical crisis. A second trap is emotional investing, where fear and greed dictate financial decisions. In booming markets, the fear of missing out, FOMO, prompts people to buy at peak prices. Conversely, during downturns, panic drives them to sell at a loss. This buy high, sell low pattern is the antithesis of sound investing. A single poorly timed move driven by emotion can wipe out years of disciplined saving, with little time left for recovery. This often ties into a third devastating mistake: failing to plan for retirement. Many avoid confronting the necessary questions: how much will I need, and how do I build a strategy to get there? This procrastination leads to missed opportunities in tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs. Worse, some raid these long-term accounts for short-term needs, permanently sacrificing the immense power of compound growth. Avoiding these pitfalls requires not fear, but a structured, disciplined approach. Instead of spending every raise, commit to increasing your investment rate. To counteract emotional investing, set up automatic recurring investments into diversified, low-cost index funds like the S&P 500. This removes emotion from the equation. Finally, instead of tapping into retirement funds for emergencies, build a liquid emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Ultimately, building lasting wealth in midlife is as much about preservation as it is about growth. The strategy must shift from merely earning to diligently protecting what you have earned. By recognizing these silent traps and implementing a disciplined plan based on logic, not emotion, you can safeguard the financial future you have worked so hard to build.
5. Protecting your wealth with insurance and an estate plan. After decades of hard work, saving, and investing, many middle-aged Americans finally reach a level of financial stability. But building wealth is only half the journey. The other half, often neglected, is protecting what you've built. Because one unexpected medical event, an accident, or an unresolved legal dispute can wipe out your life's work in an instant, unless you have the right financial safeguards in place. That's why insurance and estate planning aren't just legal tools or administrative checklists. They're shields that protect your family's long-term stability. Let's start with life insurance. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about taking responsibility. If you're the primary breadwinner in your household, your absence wouldn't just be an emotional blow. It would also mean a major loss of income. The right life insurance policy can ensure that your loved ones aren't forced to take on mortgage debt, student loans, or daily living expenses alone during their most vulnerable time. It's not about fear, it's about providing peace of mind. Next is health insurance, a non-negotiable for anyone in midlife. As we age, the likelihood of illness or injury increases. A single surgery, A round of cancer treatment or ongoing medication costs can quickly escalate into tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Many Americans have had to drain retirement accounts, sell their homes, or go into debt simply because they lacked adequate coverage. With a strong health insurance policy, you can focus on recovery instead of watching your financial security unravel. And finally, but equally important, is having a will and a proper estate plan. Many assume wills are only for the wealthy, but if you own any property or have dependents, you need one. A legal will ensures your assets go where they should, how they should, not into probate disputes or court battles. It provides clarity, prevents family conflict, and protects your legacy. After the pandemic, countless American families lost homes, savings, and even access to joint accounts simply because no will was in place. Bank accounts were frozen. Properties were sold off to cover legal fees. Some relatives spent thousands just to prove they had a right to inherit what was already theirs. All of this can be avoided with clear, simple documentation. Financial planning doesn't end at investing or saving. It must include preparing for the unknown. You can't control the future, but you can be ready for it. Insurance and estate planning are quiet tools, but they're powerful ones. The greatest benefit of proactive wealth protection isn't just keeping your assets intact, it's giving your family peace, control, and stability. When the unexpected happens, they won't be scrambling. They'll have a foundation to stand on, and that's a priceless gift. At this stage in life, the smartest move isn't chasing get-rich tactics. It's safeguarding what you've already earned and ensuring it serves not just you, but those you love. Real wealth isn't measured only by numbers in your account. It's measured by how well those assets are protected, preserved, and passed on the right way. So take the time to review your insurance policies. Write a will, even a simple one. Don't think of it as preparing for an end. Think of it as a part of your lifelong financial journey, the part where you don't just build wealth, but protect it and pass it on the right way.
6. Review your finances every 6 months. If a financial plan is the map to building wealth, then a regular review is the compass ensuring you stay on course. Many people begin their financial journey with strong intentions, only to find that life's demands cause their plans to fade and their goals to drift. This is why a semi-annual financial review is not just a helpful suggestion, but a non-negotiable habit for anyone serious about achieving long-term financial security. Think of it as a biannual financial health checkup. It is a dedicated time to assess your entire financial picture: income, expenses, investments, debts, and progress toward your most important goals. Its primary benefit is fostering both adaptability and discipline. Life is dynamic. Incomes change, markets fluctuate, and unexpected expenses arise. A regular review allows you to pivot your strategy to match your current reality, rather than clinging to an outdated plan. It also serves as a powerful accountability tool, preventing the slow drift into bad habits like overspending or neglecting savings. This process is also about optimization. During your review, you can identify and plug financial leaks. Are you paying high fees for underperforming investment funds? Is there idle cash in a low-interest account that could be put to work in a higher-yield vehicle? Are you still paying for subscriptions that no longer add value? These subtle inefficiencies can significantly drag down your wealth-building momentum over time, and they often go unnoticed without a dedicated, big-picture examination. For those in their 40s and 50s, these reviews become critically important. Retirement is no longer a distant concept. It is an approaching reality demanding careful navigation. A semi-annual check-in allows you to track your progress, adjust your savings rate if you're falling behind, and make small, manageable course corrections now to avoid a major shortfall later. It is also the perfect opportunity to set new, achievable goals for the next 6 months, turning each review into a milestone that reinforces your commitment. You do not need to be a financial expert to conduct this review. It can be as simple as a solo session with a spreadsheet and a clear mind. The key is to schedule it and treat it with importance. In an ever-changing economic landscape, you can no longer afford to set and forget your financial life. This simple, disciplined habit is one of the most powerful actions you can take. Wealth is built not on one-time actions, but on disciplined repetition. Financial freedom isn't luck. It's a system you build. Master the habits of investing, automating, and protecting your assets. It's never too late, but the time to start is now. Every smart step brings you closer to freedom. If this helped, like, subscribe, and share this video. You might be the reason someone you know finally changes their financial